This is going to be a common thing that people want to do. So I'm going to do the pictures again. And I went and found the correct information here. So Charles Wilson is the president right now. Um, and I just had that document open that says he's going to be the president for 2025 to 2027. And so I'm going to go ahead and fix that. And then we're going to upload his picture. So I'm in the page, I'm editing it, and I'm going to put 2025 to 2027. I think the dates add a element of currency, recency. It shows that it's up to date because we are in that date range, and it shows that we're keeping the website up to date. So then I can click change image. I don't have his file uploaded yet, but off screen I do have it. So I'm gonna click and drag that over. Since I'm doing the secretary and the treasurer, they're actually separate positions in this organization. I'm going to drag those two over. The secretary is Professor Navarrete Liliana. She works at UAB with us. And then the treasurer is Dr. Emily Caffrey or Emily Caffrey. But for Charles, here we're going to click his name. And it looks like it's kind of cut off. And, moving it around, it just messed it up. So I should be able to hit Command Z and, oh, never mind. Okay, it put it back to normal and then went to another screen. If you go to crop right here, it shows how it's centered, but due to the dimensions of this image box, we want to drag the top down so that we capture Charles' head properly. And we hit apply and we're done there. I'm not sure why that just went off to the side like that. But you can see here how it's now lined up, centered with the text box again. We're going to say, excuse me, we're going to change secretary to Liliana. And her email, I got to pull that up. Um, it's right here. Copy address. Lilinav at UAB and Liliana. Okay. And we will change image. There's Liliana right there. And again, we can hit this crop button and it'll show us where her picture falls. We can lower it. We could choose to, even the eyes or not cut off the top of her head. It looks like the camera is a little closer to her than other pictures. No matter, not a big deal. So hit apply. And then Emily is our treasurer. So I'm going to change this one to Emily Caffrey. And then she is the treasurer. And they should all have we just did re-elections. And so they all have the 2020, secretary's 2025 to 2026 for her. So we'll change that. But for the treasurer, it's 2025 to 2027. And I think it's Emily Caff or is it Caff Emily? Let me check. It's Emily Caff. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then we will change this picture, change image to her profile picture. Now, these are pictures I got from the internet. I didn't want to burden them like with a sense of urgency because I'm working on this right now. So if they're watching this video and mad that I used a kind of dated picture, I'm sorry. Um, so another thing we can do, my personal motto is I like frames on my images. I don't like just the picture and then the white space. I like a defined frame with a shadow of some sort. And you can see here by clicking on design, we've got quite a few options. So it's really, you can customize the design, um, but to keep it kind of simple because you want to be able to duplicate this across three different pictures. You want them all to be the same. I would say in this instance, it's probably better just to keep with something that you can use on all three. So I used this one, which it doesn't appear to have a name. So it's second from the bottom on the left side. So we'll click design, second from the bottom on the left-hand side. And then second from the bottom on the left-hand side. There we go. Okay. Um, Now this writing here looks kind of small. When you're looking at writing, you can change the font style, much like in Word, you have styles, and it's there's like 6 different headers that you can have that are pre-programmed into Word, and it's usually something very similar in these design, editors. And so as you get to a lower number, that means it's the bigger header because it's the top of the document. And so we're at heading 5. If we go to heading 4, 3, 2, looks like it's getting bigger and bigger. So we're at heading 2. Or you can just manually adjust your font size. So I'll do 60. You could also change the color uh, and the actual font, or whether it's bold or not bold. Another thing down here is it says copyright 2035 by site name. And so I'm going to put copyright 2025 by Alabama chapter of the Health Physics Society. We can delete powered and secured by Wix. They're going to advertise anyway, so I don't need them to double advertise. They're going to do whatever they want. So um, somewhere on here, if you have a person that's going to be doing your webmaster duties, you might want to put like how to contact your webmaster. So I had spoke with the officers in between these videos I'm recording. Liliana is not interested in helping with the website. Well, that's what me and Charles agreed on. And so I'm just going to put down here um, for updates for website questions, feedback, contact Jeff Caudill at. And I might choose to do something differently later. Um, but for now, at least that puts something on there where if something's wrong with the website, they don't want to bother the officers, they can email me, like maybe something's spelled wrong, or I have a inconsistency in an event, something like that. Then they can email me directly. And I was thinking maybe I want to just adjust this Alabama chapter of the Health Physics Society. Make Alabama chapter stand out.